Good morning, this is Phoenix Amore. So, there is a lot to dive into here when you're talking about clear energy, when you're talking about social media, reality shows. A lot this morning has come up, right? So, if you recall, a long time ago when I first started blogging, I was picking up a lot of the stuff with that whole Whitney Houston situation and then the daughter. And so, it's very significant for now that to come out that the boyfriend ended up arrested again for domestic violence. That's the significance of me posting that article. So understanding when people try to keep interjecting themselves into the topics or the situations that I was feeling or getting intuitive feelings about, that's the part where I started getting like, will you back up off of me? I already addressed certain situations and kept it moving. So ironically enough, that to come full circle and him to get arrested again for domestic violence, that is the situation that I had picked up on a lot, if you recall, a couple of years back. So they'll be handling that accordingly. Now, the reality show thing, let's break this down for real because that's deep. When I said reality shows are indeed affecting people's psyche, that's very real. That situation is one that almost needed to happen so that some of these kids, these teenagers, because trust me, I've gone and it's very interesting. Some parents let the 12, 13-year-olds go to house parties and all that. No. I shut that down with X a long time ago. 14, 15, he's 16 now. I'm still a little bit sketchy only because now the kind of dynamics going on in society. Guess what? What happened on that reality show happens at some of these high school house parties or wherever they're going. So when people think I'm this overbearing mother, no, it's because I know how other people can be. I know he can be because he's a boy in general. But what that statement just means is like he can get caught up with somebody, and people do not mind throwing folks under the bus if they don't have to pay the consequences of it. That's the kind of society that has now been created. So the dynamic that you have with this reality show is liquor, cameras, and what did you guys push for many years? Sex sales and all this kind of stuff. Now it's gone too far. So you can turn that into a positive in the sense that it's a situation that a lot of kids need to see. Look at what blew up with the reality show. Guess what? One of the key things I would always say is some of the kids will get into this really, like I say, la la land mode about what circumstances come with acting like what you see on reality shows. When they've been staging so much of this stuff and affecting these kids, and the kids going, oh my God, I can't believe I really got arrested for underage drinking. Oh my God, I can't believe I got arrested for that. On the show, they don't get arrested. So it's good that this has come out because a lot of the kids now finally get to see there are consequences that are going to come with that whole situation on that set. They're going to have to deal with that. A lot of finger pointing is probably going to go on, but sadly enough, because the lady was drunk or however you want to say it, it's some of that you have to be careful because as in anything, people's character, when they get wrapped up in stuff, they're like, oh, I don't want to look like I'm the culprit or I'm the bad one or I'm the one to make mistakes. So they'll sort all that out. So all this stuff that's kind of come into play is the timing of it is because of everything hitting the fan. So the staging of the reality shows is dangerous. I don't care. First of all, the thieving part, whatever, we expect that out of some people because they just have no lives, so they have to make up lives. And so it's interesting to see that some people who act like they have all these exciting lives really don't. But even more so, that has been what's been messing up the kids. That has been kids trying to strive to what they've been seeing on reality shows that really weren't reality. So kids, let me stress again, teenagers, there's finally a situation in a reality show that has gone too far and the stuff has finally hit the fan. So moving right along, right on into the music scene, what has happened is people are tired of the whole bullying tactic. Beef used to be, and it did at one point get very violent, okay? And I think a lot of people, because there were deaths involved with that. This is why I kind of say I'm not a rapper, I'm a lyricist, because at the end of the day, I'm not in a gang, right? That's the thing that's so weird. It's like I'm a creative person, I'm a lyricist, but the whole beef thing to get fame is not something that I'd probably get into to get the fame. I can write, I can come at you hard if you try to come at me sideways, but that's not even something that I'd want to do. I just enjoy writing. Now, of course, you see a lot of it is very prophetic and other things, happen, however you want to say it in that regard. But it's important to know that when you turn the music into a weapon, that's what happens so quickly. So you have to be very cautious. When I talked about logos, okay, getting into the spiritual aspect of it, when you talk about going off on people, when I say cursing, okay, think about the term curse somebody out, curse. It is very much so tied. Now when I talk about being in control of it, when I talk about spiritual warfare, that's what I'm talking about. Now a lot of people who are into witchcraft and all that, they understand when I said one line in one of the lyrics that I wrote, when I said, B, you can't cook, get the F out the kitchen. So they know, people in the witchcraft were like, holy crap, she knows about that. I know about it, I'm just not a witch. So when I say get out the kitchen, that's me telling you, because fire, a lot of people don't understand that fire when you talk about witchcraft. They are jacking up stuff. They've lost complete control of what they're doing. So that line was basically like, stop dabbling in the stuff. You cannot see all the crap you've created, and you still going and you still going. So all of this happening as it is, that's why I was telling people before, it has to get more back into the music and the collaborations to a degree. If you have F people over time and time again, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, let's collaborate and we all can be friends, that's not realistic. You can only burn people so many times before they're like, I never work with that person again. So when you understand now all these artists coming together and attacking the one rapper, because it's old now, it's hurting the industry now, so I can understand why it's gone there. So anyway, summarizing all this and how it's really affected across the board, that's why stuff had to hit the fan across the board. That's the only way a message really gets through to people, is when it really starts to affect them for real. So all this stuff, when I said all these shady people who have basically been lying about situations to gain fame and money, it's just been taken away and taken away from earth for real. As you can now see, dead fish, dead birds. I'm like, the reef is dying because she's fake. This is all about her still wanting to be some highest paid, and no sooner than I said that, boom, article comes out. Yay, I'm the highest paid. Yes, and you're also a witch. That's how a lot of people are really looking at it now. They don't get it, but it is awareness that's hit a lot of people, where it's like, that person really was making up scenarios to sell books or sell this and that. So stirring up people, getting them all hype about stuff to line their pockets, that's the stuff you need to look at. You guys take care.